Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a technology that's quietly making AI a whole lot smarter, way more accurate, and honestly, much more trustworthy. It's called RAG, and it's basically like giving AI the ultimate open book test.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the big problem that AI has with knowledge. Then, we'll see how RAG gives it that open book to solve it. We'll peek under the hood to see how it all works, then talk about why it's such a game changer, and finally, look at where this is all heading.
All right, first things first. To really get why RAG is such a breakthrough, you have to understand the core problem it was built to solve.
I'm sure we've all been there, right? You ask an AI a question, and you get back this answer that sounds so confident, so well-written, and it's just completely wrong. These amazing large language models, or LLMs, are brilliant, but they have this one massive flaw.
And it really comes down to these three things. First, their knowledge is frozen in time. It just stops on a certain date. Second, they can't see your private, up-to-the-minute info, like your company's internal docs. And that leads to the third and most famous problem, hallucinations. That's when the AI just confidently makes stuff up.
So here's the best way to think about it. A standard LLM is like that brilliant student who has to take a test completely from memory. They can only use what they've already memorized. And we all know memory can be outdated, incomplete, or sometimes just plain wrong.
And that is exactly where this really clever idea called Retrieval-Augmented Generation comes in to fix that whole closed book test problem.
RAG completely flips the script. Instead of forcing the AI to just use its memory, RAG connects it to an external library of information. It essentially turns that closed book test into an open book one, letting the AI look up the facts from a trusted source before it even starts to write an answer.
I love this analogy. Think of RAG as a hyper-efficient research assistant. Before the AI even thinks about answering you, this little assistant instantly zips through a ton of documents and hands the AI the exact perfect piece of information it needs to give you a great answer.
So this sounds fantastic in theory, but how does it actually happen so fast? Let's take a quick look under the hood. It all comes down to this really elegant four-step process. The first step, ingestion. That's all the prep work, getting the library of information ready. But the next three, retrieval, augmentation, and generation, they happen in the blink of an eye every single time you ask a question.
This diagram here shows you the entire journey. When you ask a question, your query doesn't go straight to the AI's brain. First, it makes a pit stop at a database to retrieve the most relevant documents. Then, it packages your question up with those facts and sends the whole bundle to the LLM to write a final, informed answer.
The whole process really has two key players working together. You've got the retriever, which is like the researcher. Its only job is to sift through the knowledge base, which is often the special kind of database called a vector database, to find the most relevant facts. Then you have the generator. That's the LLM, the writer, and its job is to take your question and the facts the retriever found and weave them into a perfect human-like answer.
Now this right here is where the real magic is. See, the system isn't just doing a simple keyword search. It's way smarter. During that ingestion phase, all the documents get broken into little chunks. Then, each chunk is turned into a string of numbers, an embedding, that captures its actual meaning. It's like giving every concept a coordinate on a giant map. So when you ask a question, the system finds the chunks on that map that are closest in meaning. It's searching for ideas, not just words.
So, okay, we've seen how it works, but why does this matter so much? Well, the impact here is truly transformative for how we're going to use AI.
The benefits are just huge. By grounding answers in real data, RAG slashes those hallucinations. It gives the AI access to real-time info, so it's not stuck in the past. It builds trust because the AI can actually show its work and cite its sources. And this is a big one, it's way more cost-effective. Instead of retraining a giant, expensive model, you just update your knowledge library. It's like updating a library's card catalog instead of reprinting every single book.
And this isn't just theory. The real-world impact is already here. For people who have to sift through tons of documents for their job, RAG-powered tools have been shown to boost productivity by up to 40%. They can find answers in seconds that used to take them hours to dig up.
And honestly, this is just the beginning. The simple RAG system we've just talked about is already evolving into something even more powerful. The future of RAG is looking much more dynamic. Instead of a simple one-way street for data, we're seeing these more complex, agentic systems. That means the AI won't just retrieve a fact, It might analyze your question, rewrite it to get better results, check a few different sources, and even reason about the information before it gives you an answer. RAG is turning from a simple tool into an intelligent partner.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. What happens when every single AI answer comes with a receipt? A little piece of proof showing you exactly where it got its information. It brings a whole new level of accountability to AI, and it fundamentally changes how we interact with, and more importantly, how we trust these powerful new systems.